Thank you.
Enjoy yourselves.
Nice to be here. I never know if when you talk if we're going or not. Not okay.
This is the Red Barn.
Hello, good to have you with us on Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker. This is season 19 of Red Barn Radio still, and tonight we welcome you to show number 743. Our staff and our guests so appreciate that you continue to visit the Red Barn Radio YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch channels to enjoy our Wednesday live streams. And this week we bring to Red Barn Phourist and Photons. Phourist and the Photons emerged in 2012 as a solo project conceived by Nick Phourist Hill, whose middle name serves as his pseudonym, who eventually decided the more the mightier and recruited several other talented like-minded players, Scott Boyce on drums, Andrew Critchlow on guitar, and most recently Jalen Lake Noel on bass and harmony vocals, to come along with him. Their music has a great urban energy to it. Welcome from Louisville, Kentucky, Phourist and the Photons to the Red Barn stage.
Thank you.
Turn the hatch that leads below, and I feel the pressure going away, goes away like a formation. Rolling water, cloudy sky, distant creatures come alive. I see when that blows, visitations from ghosts. Got to get out, time to read the signs ahead. It's not too late, you're not dead, but the evening falls on us. Trust in us is trust you must. I see I've seen the way it starts, little fibers in the heart, but you carry it away, carry it away, carry it away. Yeah, you know it's coming, but you're not gonna bend. Seen it again. Ooh. got to get out. Got to get out. I see your wind that blows, visitation from gold. Time to read the signs ahead. It's not too late on earth, dead, but the evening falls on us. Trust in us, yes, trust you must. I see you.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Anchored in keyboard and the strong central vocal of Nick Hill, earlier Phourist and the Photons recordings, according to the Easy and Glide, are reminiscent of works by Tori Amos, Dead Can Dance, or even Elton John at times. What I enjoy about this band is that rather than funneling their focus to a particular sound jar, what they do becomes at once more expansive and also bold with each new recording. Phourist and Photons are here to stretch your notions of the music called Southern. Get ready for a great show. We got Phourist and the Photons on the Red Barn stage.
It's gonna be a long night. I'm turning on my brights. I'm the only one on the road, the only one on the road. Light gives me hope. Another crisis, and I did it like this. With a few compelling notes, yeah, they help fill up my hole. Yeah, they help fill up my hole. These few compelling notes, these few compelling notes. Do you want the truth? It is not easily spoken, but the moonlight gives me hope. Yeah, 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 the moonlight gives me hope. You may look upon me, tell me that I'm just a joke. Yeah, you think that I'm a joke. Yeah, you think that I'm a joke. Yeah, you think that Yeah, it's a slippery slope. And in my profession, the big obsession is with being broke. Yeah, it's a joke. So forgive me, yes, forgive me, if the moonlight gives me hope. Yeah, 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 the moonlight gives me hope. Gonna be a long night. I'm turning on my bright. I'm the only one on the road. I'm the only one on the road. But the moonlight gives me hope. Yeah, the moonlight gives me hope. Yeah, the moonlight gives me hope. Yeah, the moonlight gives me hope. Wake up, wake up. We almost have arrived. Your dream was good, sure, but this reality will blow your mind. What are we villains? Oh no. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. Are we villains? Oh no. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. Get up, get up. I see the water's edge. It's glistening in the light, and I still love you the best. But are we villains? Oh no. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. Are we villains? Oh no. Nobody needs to know. This time, this time, this time. The moment has arrived. Are you blind? Are you blind? Are you blind? Are you blind? Look out, look out. There's power in the waves. Yes, I was stung by a jellyfish, but I don't care today. And are we villains? Oh no. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. Are we villains? Oh no. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. I woke up bleeding in the hospital. What happened? Don't remember. Thoughts of mortality out of control. One way to start November. Hold on. Hold on. And hold on. Hold on. But I survived. Better yet, I'm thinking love is like the Mandelbrot set. Deeper you go, more that unfolds. What's people's problem, which is getting old? And hold on, hold on, and hold on, the time has come. Too crazy air still coming to my lungs. You could have left me when the second verse was done, and I appreciate your oxygen. Hold on, hold on, hold on, These thoughts keep on coming. I cannot get them today. They go everywhere. They go everywhere. Sell it on the air. They go everywhere. I don't mean to alarm you, but if there's something to prove, you better make your move. They go everywhere. They go everywhere. Sell it on the air. They go everywhere. They go. Thank you.
Well, hey there, Red Barn buddies, barn burners. Welcome to Red Barn Radio, the program that's been bringing you some of the best music you never heard for years and years. What, 19? 20? We're talking about 20 years coming up, folks, and we are so glad you're here with us, and we're glad to have tonight with us Phourist and the Photons. I'm going to take a minute to be Captain Obvious here and reiterate that not all Kentucky music, not all Southern music features a banjo or fiddle or a yodel or a song narrative tied to Appalachian mountains. Soundscapes in this state and all over the world are evolving at light speed. And you know, for many years, Red Barn Radio anchored its offerings in common conceptions of Southern and Americana music. And then something happened. You know, vast numbers of young and up-and-coming artists, young players from here and all over the country started contacting us to tell us, you know, how much they love our program and how much they also want to share the Southern thing that they do. And they want to share it in a welcoming place to a welcoming audience like the 100,000 or so weekly listeners we've pulled together over 20 years. Phourist and the Photons, our guests tonight, are such a group of young artists, and we're really glad you guys are here with us tonight. It's wonderful to hear your sound.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
We're happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, that's Nick Hill on the microphone now, and why don't we just start talking with you, Nick.
Okay.
You founded this this operation, right?
Yes.
Tell us how it came to be.
Well, it all started, I guess, on a Casio keyboard. I have the picture of me getting it, actually, from Walgreens, I think. Yeah, I couldn't play guitar worth crap, so I tried out the keys, and I was all right at that. And I used to run it through all kinds of pedals and stuff. And
How long ago did you start experimenting with that kind of stuff?
I was real young. I don't actually remember what age I was. I think probably 12 or 13 or something.
Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I originally was just a instrumentalist, and so we'll probably get into that later. But composition kind of comes first for me most of the time. Like I usually write a melody first. Lyrics didn't come until way later, and I was actually terrified to sing in front of human beings.
Not now.
Not as much now, no. Yeah.
Well, look. So talk us through some of the environment that you grew up in that sort of cultivated this this sort of musical freedom that you have, because there seems to be a lot of it, which I love.
I probably attribute a lot of that to my artist's parents. They exposed me to a lot of crazy music.
Like what kind of things?
Well, I don't know, just like Dead Can Dance, like you mentioned Tori Amos.
Oh,
Dead
yeah.
Can Dance.
Uh-huh.
And that was like a lot of that. Sigaros.
Nice.
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Ooh.
Kind of pretty eclectic stuff.
You were hearing that stuff already, so in your early teens?
Yeah, well, before that, yeah.
And what were your friends, your peers listening to?
I don't know. I
Or
kind of lived
care?
in a bubble. Yeah. I don't know what they were listening to be honest. What you say? What year?
No, I'm just curious. Yeah,
Oh.
what they were.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
My friends they were listening to like indie bands, I guess.
Yeah.
When I was a youngin. They were listening to like Flaming Lips, that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah. The visual artist's parents, also my cousin was in a band called Cabin. That was probably a pretty big influence on me.
What was Cabin like?
They were kind of spooky, ethereal, and poppy.
Huh.
I'm sorry, Noah, if that offends you, but that's the closest I can get to a description. They were really good. They were also a little progressive. I don't know if they want that label, though.
Did your parents take you out to hear live music when you were a little kid?
Yeah. We went to see Cabin. I think my first concert was like Coldplay or something. But yeah, pretty often. Yeah.
Yeah,
we went out.
and so did you have training on the keyboard at an early age? Did your parents say it's time for you to take piano lessons and here's your
Nah.
teacher and practice hard?
Nope. They taught me guitar stuff. My mom taught me like finger picking, that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And Dad taught me just chords and like Led Zeppelin songs. But yeah, no, I didn't really have any keyboard training. In fact, I went to a class and they said, "You're doing this all wrong." And I never went back. I probably should, but I don't know. Yeah, no, I never really did much training.
And did you think already in your mid-teens that hey, you might take this on as a full-time job, or did you ever think about, for instance, did your parents ever think that you might be well suited to go to music school or study music?
They never actually mentioned music school. No, they did say I should do soundtracks a lot. They were always telling me to do movie soundtracks. Dad was always telling me to do movie soundtracks. He was like, that would fit perfect in Lord of the Rings or something. Yeah.
So you were creating already, though, at an early age, you were creating sort of your own sort of soundscapes and coming up with different ideas.
Oh yeah.
And where were those ideas? I mean, you told us about sort of some of the bands that maybe you listened to growing up and whatnot, but what about the ideas that you come up with in some of this keyboard stuff and some of the things that you would do, the textures that you'd create and whatnot? Where was that all coming from?
I don't know. I would say probably like maybe Vangelis, or I'm probably butchering his name, but Vangelis or Vangeli or however you say it. The
Yeah.
guy who like made like new like new agey kind of synth stuff.
Our sound guy, Matt, upstairs will know exactly how to pronounce that. So
I was pretty into him. I did like movie soundtracks. I was really into the Apollo 13 movie soundtrack for some reason. I really liked that one. Like the Annie Lennox vocal part was cool to me.
Uh-huh.
I like Jurassic Park, the quiet piano parts. I liked, I don't know, just the list could go on forever.
So they were right. So your parents were right, is that?
Yeah, no, I love that stuff.
Yeah, that you were really tuned into that at an early age. Did
Yeah.
they buy you soundtracks?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I think they already had them, because Dad listened to soundtracks all the time. He was really into Conan the Barbarian soundtrack, the Basil Polydaris soundtrack. It's great. He really liked that one, and I don't know, all kinds of just tons, just CDs and records laying around everywhere all the time.
Sounds like a nice
Yeah,
environment to grow up into if you've got that going on.
yeah, it was great.
Huh. And so when I think about composition, I think about, I guess I have to say, I think about music training, and I think about sort of understanding, I don't know, not necessarily theory, but understanding, how music works, the inner workings of the science of music a little bit.
Yeah,